fasting, understanding how to fast, giving all praise to Yahweh Hashem, Yahushua Hashem, Rakakodash. This video is based off of a video that Vocab Malone put up entitled Family of Starving Teens Speaks on Hebrew Israelism live interview. And this is the stepfather of the two children, and this is the mother of the two children, the father of the two children. According to them, the news, he forced them to not eat, to go on a fast, but he went extreme with it. And, you know, when you watch this video, I'm how many minutes in? I'm almost 30 minutes in. I'm gonna let you hear a little bit of it. Basically, the feeling in the air is, this is what happens when you're part of a crazy cult. You know, people go around fasting and they drop dead. This is the first time I heard anybody in any religion that fasts, Christians fast as well, that people drop dead. You know, it's to atone. You have a Day of Atonement, which even Vocab Malone speaks on. So fasting is biblical, but it's between, there's only one time, and even Vocab speaks on it, there's one time where you're required to fast. That's the Day of Atonement. And then he said, well, you really don't even need that because the Lord, Yahushua, is the atonement, which I agree. I agree to a certain point because we were forgiven of all our sins. But we are still to practice all the laws to the best of our ability. It says they will rehearse or recount the laws in the land of their captivity, in the place of drawing water, which is anywhere we're in captivity. When we were in the Babylonian captivity, we knew that we were Israelites who fasted. Any of the, hold on, give me a second. Yeah, I got it playing in the room, and it's about 10 minutes. Well, this I'm at the 27, 28 minute mark, and I heard Sam Miguel, the bug out. He came in at around 37. And he mentioned right before I turned it off, he mentioned there's an atheist republic. I'm gonna let you hear that. I'm gonna let you hear that, but this is what I'm gonna do. Okay, this is 28. I'll go to 28 minute mark. 28 minute mark. And do this. But I want to let you listen to this guy. And I'm noticing this guy. Let me go to it. Because he comes up with madness, man. He Tyler Dockett mess his mind up where he doesn't believe in. And now you have people that don't believe in God, right? You have people that don't believe in God. You notice the guy is, why does he have a beard on his face? Did he have, I don't remember him having well, I don't know. I wasn't there. I long left that cult. But why does he still have a beard? I mean, in the back of his mind, I'm gonna ask him, I'm gonna go on this page and ask him, why does he have a beard? Now, if he tells me it's a fashion statement, I don't know if he still lives in Florida, but yeah, Florida is big. You know, we like Rick Ross, he got the beard, so we went there. Okay, good. But why does he still have the beard? And did he have a full beard like that when he was so-called in the truth? But anyway, he mentions an atheist republic. So basically, you have an atheist religion. If you got a group of people that get together in the name of there's no God, that's a religion. So there has to be a God of an atheist God that you pray to. Bill Maher is another one. He'll defend that. You know, he'll speak against people that believe in God like you should believe in the God of atheists. And atheist means meaning not, and theos meaning God, no God. That's what it means. But why does he have a beard? I'm gonna let you listen to a little of this.
We love you, man. What's up, New York Mets? How you doing? Much love and shout out for really putting this together.
So I'm at 36 minutes and 56 seconds into a 1 hour, 44 minute, 26-second video. So we're at, like I said, 36 minutes, 37 minutes. So he pops up and he's obsessed with, you know, Hebrew Israelism, as he calls it. And anything he can find that a Hebrew Israelite did, he's going to speak on, he's going to do videos, he's going to give Vocab a call. Can an atheist fast in the name of the God of atheists? Because they actually, you got to believe that human nature is, you got to believe something in your inner you believes in a higher power. So it's obvious that they believe in a God, but the God is a God of atheists, the God of no gods. He might not say that. So let's listen.
Very instrumental, and I don't think I would have known what I know if it wasn't for you. You've done some good work on this, despite the fact that you're an atheist. We love you, man. I just had to throw it in there. What's up, New York Mets?
He almost seems embarrassed to be an atheist. Let's look at this again.
We love you, man. I just had to throw it in there. You've done some good work on this, despite the fact that you're an atheist. We love you.
See, he feels embarrassed at the fact that he's an atheist. He doesn't want to be an atheist. He's lying to himself. He's living a lie. You know, it's just like a woman gets treated bad by a man. She has a couple of kids and then she hates all men, but she really likes men. But most of those type of people and the LGBT, BDQ, whatever, they switch up. My sister was one of them. One year she was in the woman. The next year, the woman treated her, they had an argument. She got back with a man. She was straight. 2 years later, the guy might have slapped her or something like that. They break up. She's back with a damn woman. These people are confused, man. And the same thing with atheists. Let's look at that again. He's almost embarrassed to kind of admit that he's an atheist. And Vocab's using him because according to Vocab believes in hell. He knows this guy, what's his name? Miguel, Sam Miguel TV. Vocab knows he's going to hell according to his beliefs, but he's not trying to get him out of hell. He's not trying to get him to come back to Jesus. But it's good because he gets information from this guy. So remember this topic right here, family of starving teens speak of Hebrew Israelism. He did a video on it a couple of weeks ago, and I spoke on that. And he somehow mentioned GMS. He's got a thing for GMS. And we didn't do anything to this guy. So let's watch him. Let's look at his face. He's embarrassed about being an atheist.
Like the fact that you're an atheist. We love you, man. I just had to throw that in there. What's up, New York Mets?
Yes, sir. How you doing, Betsy, Ron? What's up, Vocab, and everybody listening? Actually,
I wonder if he eats pork. You know? I wonder if he eats pork. I got a lot of questions for this guy that's an atheist.
it was a sister, I don't know if I call her sister, but a good friend from San Francisco named Susanna, who forwarded me this story, and she's involved in the YouTube channel called the Atheist Republic. So we have another atheist here involved.
So I have to think 2 atheists now?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
You see, he's ashamed that he's ashamed of being. Look at that nervous movement, that laugh, that nervous, awkward laugh. He's fucked up in the head. Look. This guy, see, Vocab, he triggers this guy by using the term atheist, and this guy gets funny style. If he's an Israelite, personally, I think he's a heathen. He's a tear, you know. But let's say he's an Israelite. He's supposed to be of the tribe of Simeon. If you're an Israelite, the spirit of the Most High is in you. That's why you go funny style. You got that nervous, awkward laugh because you're fucked up in the head. Look, man, if you need some help, we'll help you. We'll bring you back into the fold. We know what Tazadaka did to you. We know he messed your head up. We understand that, man. We know you're hurting. There's a saying, time heals all wounds. You're wounded, man. You were badly wounded, but don't worry about it. The Most High took him out. Move on with your life. So let's watch this again. He's ashamed about being an atheist. And Vocab is playing on it.
So we have another atheist here involved.
So I have to.
You see that again? He mentions atheists and he's because he's ashamed. He's not an atheist. He's a faker. We're going to get into scriptures in a minute. And my homeboy looks creepy. Shave your beard, brother. You back in the world. Put the tip the hat to the side, man. You know, we know you bop when hip hop music plays or whatever they call it now. You're looking creepy, my man. You're looking fucking creepy. Where have you ever hear a black Latino Native American, which is our people? Where you ever hear them say that they're atheists? They're following the so-called white men. Okay, so let's watch again. Look at the nervous. Even when he says atheist, yeah, he's looking to the side because he's ashamed that he's living a lie. You're not living the vida loca, you're living a lie. So let's listen. Move on with your life. Okay. Tazadaka is not here anymore. He's not gonna come to your house. He's not gonna be the shadow behind you when you're walking down a street late at night. He's dead. He's not here, man. Go back, go back to your life.
And she's involved in the YouTube channel called the Atheist Republic. So we have another atheist here involved.
So I have to.
You see that? We have another. He's not comfortable with being an atheist, man. Maybe it takes a while to, I don't know, get acclimated to, for years, you were a Roman Catholic, then you became a so-called Black Hebrew Israelites, as they refer to it. They don't know. I ain't saying nothing bad about them. They're grieving parents. And it's a tragic thing that those girls, the beautiful little girls, are dead because of the act of their father for being over righteous. That's called over righteous. That's in the scriptures. So let's listen and watch on. I hope you can hear this.
Hey, 2 atheists now?
Yeah, my goodness.
There goes a nervous look. And all you got to do is you trigger the guy. You want to make him look away. You want to make him look away. Say the word, and he's playing on him. This demon right here is a good demon. There's a good demon right here. He triggers him with the word atheist, and he notices that little turn. I got to do it again. Please forgive me. If you don't like, go watch something else. I don't give a shit. Okay. You know, like if you have a woman, you don't love her no more, and you're around friends, and you got a wedding, you got to act like y'all are cool with each other. And then somebody says, well, how y'all two going? How is the relationship going? Oh, it's going well. You know what I'm talking about. Let me come back a little bit more. Miguel, you got to come out of that, man. We trying to get you back. We trying to reel you back in, brother. You're obsessed with the Hebrew Israelites. Somebody puts it, Judah the Lion TV. What does racism have to do with starvation? That's right. That's right. What does racism have to do with starvation? Okay. Okay, here's another one. Horatio Rodriguez, vocab does hate Black people and puts Black people against Black people. And that's what he does. That's what the devil does.
Listening. Actually, it was a sister, my fucking sister, but a good friend from San Francisco named Susanna, who forwarded me this story, and she's involved in the YouTube channel called the Atheist Republic. So we have another atheist here involved.
So I have to think.
You see the laugh? He's ashamed of the fact that he's an atheist. He doesn't want to be an atheist. Look, brother, we can help you. We'll appoint brothers to get in contact with you and give you counseling so we can bring you back into the realm of Hebrew Israelism, as my man calls it, as this devil says.
2 atheists now?
Yeah,
This damn demon. 2 atheists now? Oh my goodness, the atheists are taking over the world. And you see how he acts, he reacts to it. This demon right here likes to trigger this lost soul right here. He got a Hebrew Israelite beard, man. If you didn't know better, you would think he's a Hebrew Israelite, which he is.
oh my goodness. So Susanna, shout out to you for bringing this story to my attention. She had me on the channel some years ago. When she came across my channel, she told me that I was actually her motivation to start her channel. When she came across my channel.
This guy, you see the baseball cap it's not even tipped to the side. You see the beard. I mean, he looks like a candidate for like a mass shooter. Like if they showed the pair as a mass shooter, he just shot up 20 people. Then he killed himself. And then you look at the picture. Yeah, he looks like a mass shooter. You look creepy, bro. Shave the beard off. You don't need that no more, man. Shave the beard off, man. You're not an Israelite anymore, or are you? Are you a crypto Israelite? You're in a bad place. You know what your problem is? You're in that sunken place. Ever since you said, I no longer believe in God, you went that white woman came out with the teacup and started hitting it and started talking shit, and you went in that fucking easy chair and you went into the sunken place. You're in the sunken place. And I'm not saying it to joke or snap or laugh. He's in the sunken place. Look at him. He's hurt. He's hurt.
You know, which was, you know, as a former Hebrew Israelite, I deprogrammed from this cult. And I created a channel because I still have family in this, you know, this belief system.
So he should be concentrating on his family. So wasn't just him, and I said that in the previous video. He had family members that are still following the ICGJC, believing that they're Israelites, which they are Israelites. This creepy guy, future mass killer. You just look creepy, bro. You know. But we'll be able to help you. You know.
Different type of group, more organized type of group that I won't call as radical as this rap news type. You know, like the Israelite Church of God in Jesus Christ. They tried to become more Christianized, you know what I mean, vocab, like
Yeah, well, their name,
Yeah.
and then they started basically saying Jesus was deity, and they started wearing the icons and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, they were going backwards. They were going back to being Roman Catholics.
They kind of made some moves that were kind of good, but then some of them were bad, which is the leader saying that he's the Holy Spirit.
Right. That leader, who's dead now, was indicted, you know, pled guilty, and he died. But he actually changed the doctrine of the virgin birth. You know, so.
You heard what he said, right? I'm gonna rewind it back 10 seconds.
Indicted, you know, pled guilty, and then he died. But he actually changed the doctrine of the virgin birth. You know, so that, if you look at it, it's like, okay, well, here's some change for the good, or at least for what's more accurate. Rap the News did not believe in the New Testament at all. He didn't believe in Jesus Christ. So,
thank you. I'm glad you said that. First of all, you said that Tazadaka changed the whole Virgin Mary and all this Lady Madonna stuff. The scriptures say, meddle not with a man that is given to change. I'm merely paraphrasing. Then he mentions Rap the News. Now in his video, if you go to San Miguel, let me do this. If you go to San Miguel TV, that's his page. And this was the last video that he did with this whole incident of these two little girls that were persuaded to not eat until they dropped dead. He mentions Rap the News. Now in the video that he did, he said that Rap the News was a part, because he's dead now, of GMS. You just heard what he said, right? He said Rap the News was different because he didn't believe in the New Testament. GMS deals with the Old and the New Testament. So let's listen to it again.
good, or at least for what's more accurate. Rap the News did not believe in the New Testament at all. He didn't believe in Jesus Christ.
So Rap the News, just so
we believed in the Messiah. The world calls him Jesus Christ. We know the Lord's true name to be Yahweh Shai, Bun, Yahweh, Yahusap, Bun Yahawada, Bun Yasha'Allah. Now that's how long a Hebrew Israelite's name would be. Remember the movie The 13 Warrior, the part where they asked him what is his name, and he said Eben this, Eben that, Eben this. They got that from the Israelites. So our Lord's name would be Yahushai Bun Yahusap, Bun Yahawada, Bun Yasha'Allah, Bun Yahweh Ba'Shem Bun Yahweh. So that's a long name right there.
To catch up everybody, we mentioned a number of Hebrew Israelites who influenced Manuel Kim. Okay. He is the father of the two girls who he essentially brainwashed into starving themselves to death under the guise of preparatory fasting for what appeared to be the end of the world. Yahushua or Jesus, or actually not Jesus because they're Old Testament only, but some kind of end of the world scenario.
Okay, so the guy, what is his name? The guy, the actual father, he believed in, he followed Rap the News. Rap the News believed in the Old Testament only. He also, being that he's following Rap the News, also only believes and follows the Old Testament. And fasting is both mentioned in the Old Testament and in the New Testament. So you can fast, but there's a right way to fast and there's a wrong way to fast. This was obvious, the wrong way to fast. The scriptures say, be not righteous over much. Don't be over righteous. Scriptures also say, why die when you can live? So listen on.
Excuse me. And he had influences. And we talked about LaShawn Whitehead, but the big one seemed to be a guy who just never gave his real name, went by the YouTube handle Rap the News. And I knew the name as soon as you mentioned it because he had done some diss videos against me back in the day. He just would show pictures and kind of just talk and rant.
Okay, he was against you. He was also against GMS. He was a major scoffer against GMS. So don't even mention GMS based upon what you said. You're saying this guy that killed his daughters, he said it and he agreed. Well, he said it, that he followed Rap the News, and Rap the News does not deal with the New Testament. For the record again, Rap the News was a major scoffer against the One Westers. He was not part of One West.
But he had quite a big following. His channel at one point I think got removed and he started to rack up. So he's still around at that time, but he also is dead from some kind of sickness. I'm unaware of exactly what it was, but he is dead. Well, but that's a key influence in this story, is it not?
Oh yeah, that was actually just an odd point there. That was about at the end of December, so I was about a week late, or maybe about a few days or a week late on this story. And all I did was just look at the stories, and what I usually do is I'll go on Facebook, and I'll just put in the names of any family members if I want to get more information. So this is how I found Ron and Betsy. I found Betsy. I found a story on Facebook, and it was, I think Betsy posted something on Facebook, and so I just went from there, and I was trying to be real careful because it's like this thing is, I don't want to just get all into this, but it's like I'm into it. Like this is what I do. This is what I'm interested in, and this is just something that doesn't get enough attention. So that's what I wanted. That's where I wanted to go with my channel, is put the light on things that are not getting enough light shed on it. It's like people just tend to sweep these stories under the rug. You know this, okay, with Austin Smith and all these different stories that we know very well. This would have just got swept under the rug, and we wouldn't have heard anything about it. But
yeah,
because
we wouldn't have known Hebrew Israelism
exactly, yeah.
was instrumental in this.
Yeah, and thank Ron, man, for hitting me back, and just Betsy too. Just you guys being so vocal and brave and courageous, just speaking about it and knowing that this thing is this is problematic, and there's lies that come out, you know that like which is the worst part of this. This is what really pisses me off about this entire story. I mean, this is horrible to begin with, but then on top of it, you have Hebrew Israelites that are denying this to be true. That really, really pisses me off. Like, this is like Alex Jones is going to court right now for defamation because of what he did, and he's misleading, his followers to believe that this Sandy Hook shooting it was all a hoax. And then these people that are following Alex Jones, they go to these parents' houses, and on top of them mourning, now they have to deal with people calling them liars. That's horrible. So Alex Jones right now is like a few days old. He's being sued for defamation by these parents. So this is problematic for people that think that this is just they just the way they just willingly just throw out. Yeah, this sounds fishy, and it is a strange story. You know why it's a strange story? Because Hebrew Israelites are strange people. That's why, and they have strange beliefs. And
People are strange when you're a stranger. When you're strange. Look at this guy. Does he look strange? He looks like a mass shooter. They show the profile, and this is the guy that shot 15 people, including 2 little baby infants and a pregnant woman. He's got that creepy look. Now you might be able to get some pictures of me looking creepy, but brother, you look at that baseball cap and that sheepskin you got on your chin. Ain't kicking it, brother. You're an atheist, man. You don't have to have a beard. Shave the beard off. Let your hair down, so to speak. He's gonna go from Alex Jones to back to Israel, back to the Israelites.
that's why this is a strange story. And so when I got in contact with Ron and Betsy, they're the ones that put me on to not only Manuel Gill's channel but Rap the News. I did my research on Rap the News, and I found that sometime in late October, he was talking about a 30 to 90 day, end time scenario. 30 to 90 days.
Everyone pay attention. If you've got lost any details, listen to this. Rap the News will have no problem saying he's a false prophet, was a false prophet. He's talking about an end time scenario, and he's giving timelines. 30 to 90 days, he said. Can you talk a little bit more about Rap the News, the Hebrew Israelite, Old Testament only? A lot of times we thought the Old Testament only guys are a little more stable, but Rap the News has proven us wrong. What was he saying before he died about the end of the world?
So he was saying that this planet X, right, planet Nibiru.
Where is that in the scriptures?
It is represents hell, and this thing is coming closer and closer to planet Earth, which represents a doomsday. So these doomsday cults, for people that don't know, a doomsday cult, what it's gonna do is place urgency, right? Immediate action. You need to act, immediate. You have to act urgently, and it's like this is like a limited time only. This is salesman too. To make you not think and just act and just buy and all
Rap
that.
the News was saying a planet that represents hell is getting closer to Earth, and then that's going to equal the end of the world within.
Which equals a complete bug out. And that's why the Mossad took him.
30 to 90 days.
Well, the reason why he was saying 30 to 90 days was because he was having dreams. He was basing this all on dreams that he had, and then dreams that his members were having. So
Okay, Betsy, I have a clip, since you brought that up, of Manuel talking about dreams. And I thought it was really disturbing. Can I play this clip? I want the audience to see. Or will you be able to?
No, it's fine.
Okay. Everyone listen, the audio is quiet on this. He spoke low and his camera volume was low. So maybe turn this up loud as you can. This is a clip of Manuel talking about dreams he had, and this relates. And this kind of these strange visionary things is really part and parcel to Hebrewism. Comfy says he knew he was the Holy Spirit from the vision he got in Mount Horus. The 12 tribes chart. The languages, there's dreams and visions and supposedly angels involved. This is a common thing. Crowding, sharing. All, and I believe right when we're Christian, the very first Hebrew Israelites, if you look at what they said, all of them had dreams and visions involved in this. And so it's not abnormal. And listen, here's Manuel Bill talking about dreams. Scriptures and everything, but I never hear him talking about it here. One-on-one talking to a messenger from the Most High. Most High. Oh, they what I told you about the name and all that stuff. They do that shit. I told you to fuck me. I told you straight up. And I'm still here trying to knock out fucking bad deeds. I'm trying to because you know bad deeds are good people. So you know, put it in the creator and hope, you know, have mercy on my soul. But he already told me he gonna fuck me up. He already told me that now. So I know the truth and not turning to, you know, back into the bullshit. So I'm glad I'm not hearing that no more. But say something, he ain't gonna take it back. So. I already know my ass will be coming. So fuck that. I'm not sugarcoat shit. He brought me to I had nightmare. Okay. So there's an example of an audience I don't know how to hear me, where he's talking about dreams and visions he had. And you know, to the Christians in the audience, notice the works-based type salvation. He's talking about good deeds and bad deeds. You know, this is not even really Old Testament you know, teaching, because Old Testament teaching is still it's Yahweh's mercy, his said, his loving kindness. A lot of these guys get off into legalism. So they'll act like, what's the big deal if we want to fast? What's the big deal if we want to keep the law? Well, it can lead to stuff like this. Ron, Betsy, did he ever tell you about dreams or visions he was having?
No, not me.
He might have mentioned some stuff when we were doing our Bible studies on the weekends. He might have mentioned some things, but like I said, a lot of the talking that we had when he was trying to explain himself were, you know, disjointed, and they didn't.
Just going in
It
circles.
was going in circles. It was hard for you to, you know, stay with what he's trying to you know, say. So it's possible he did say something about dreams, but he couldn't really explain anything more.
Okay.
And it was very rare when he would I don't know why, but it was rare when he would try to convince me of anything. Um, I think he knew that there was no point with me, you know what I'm saying? But I knew very little about what he believed other than what the girls would tell me, which was very little because they believed that they couldn't really teach what was needed to be learned because it was supposed to be taught by a man.
That's based upon the scriptures. The flock of my pastor are men.
So, Rap the News and Deshaun Whitehead, do you know of any other influences, or is that it? Was there anyone local, for example?
No, from what I've noticed, there's nobody here in Washington. And I mean, it's just that it's been so.
Anyway, let's go into some precepts. Let's deal with the fasting. Okay, so I put in fasting, right? The first precept that pops up is Nehemiah 9, verse 1. Now, in the 24th day of this month, the children of Yasha'Allah were assembled with fasting and with sackcloth and earth upon them. So you can keep reading, get the information. That's a whole nother topic as to what they did, why did they fast. Daniel 9, verse 3, and I set my face unto the Lord power to seek by prayer and supplication with fasting and sackcloth and ashes. So when somebody, like in the case of Daniel, let's read out of Daniel, he fasted so the Most High can open up his mind or give him visions or give him an answer. Now, you know what I want to do? Let me go over here. Let me go to Daniel 10. Okay, started one. In the 3rd year of Cyrus, king of Persia, a thing was revealed unto Daniel, whose name was called Belteshazzar, which is his Babylonian name. And the thing was true, but the time appointed was long, and he understood the thing and had understanding of the vision. In those days, I, Daniel, was mourning three full weeks. I ate no pleasant bread, that's a fast, neither came flesh nor wine in my mouth. Neither did I anoint myself at all till 3 whole weeks were fulfilled. And in the 4th and 20th day of the first month, it says in the 4th and 20th day of the first month, right? Which was, that was well into the Passover. They had just, partook of the Passover. So that was almost a week, couple of days after the ending of what we call the Passover week. As I was by this river of the great, by the side of the great river, which is Hiddekel. I don't got to read anymore. The point I wanted is that he mourned 3 full weeks, meaning he fasted. Now they don't go into detail as if he said, I didn't eat any pleasant bread, neither came flesh or meat in my mouth, nor wine in my mouth. Now he could have drank water. He could have went on a water fast, a fruit fast. It doesn't tell you that. He could have went on a complete fast, which they call If you know anything about fasting, there's a thing called dry fast. There's a fruit fast. There's a water fast where you just drink water. And then there's a dry fast when you don't drink water, like the Day of Atonement will be considered a dry fast. So we don't know what type of fast this is. In case anybody want to jump up and argue. It said pleasant bread, neither flesh, so he didn't eat any meat. He didn't drink any wine. He didn't get nice. So now let's come back. Okay. Joel 2, verse 12. Therefore, also now, saith the Lord, turn ye even to me with all your heart, and with fasting, and with weeping, and with mourning. So is fasting biblical? Yes, it is. Matthew 15:32. Then Yahushua called his disciples unto him and said, I have compassion on the multitude, because they continue with me now 3 days and have nothing to eat, and I will not send them away fasting, lest they faint in the way. So he said, if I don't feed these people, they were listening to me for 3 days straight. If I don't feed these people, some of them are going to get sick. They're going to faint. Matthew 17, verse 21, howbeit this kind goeth not out, but by prayer and fasting. So let me give you the backstory on this. See, the disciples were able to exorcise demons, but this particular demon, they couldn't exorcise because it was a power. There's levels to, like anything else, there's levels to things, right? So there's levels to demons. Let me see. Start over 15 verse. Lord, have mercy on my son, for he is a lunatic, filled with demons, possessed by demons, and sore vexed, for oftentimes he falleth into the fire, and often into the water. And I brought him to thy disciples, and they could not cure him, because they attempted to exorcise the demon out of the boy, right? Then Yahushua answered and said, O faithless and perverse generation, how long shall I be with you? How long shall I suffer you? Bring him hither to me. And Yahushua rebuked the devil, and he departed out of him, and the child was cured from that very hour. Then came the disciples to Yahushua apart and said, why could not we cast him out? And Yahushua said unto them, because of your unbelief. See, there's levels to belief. For verily I say unto you, if ye have faith as a grain of the mustard seed, because the mustard seed is a little herb, a seed that grows up, that it grows into a tree, a mighty tree. It starts little, and it becomes massive. Ye shall say unto this mountain, remove hence to yonder place, and it shall remove, and nothing shall be impossible unto you. That's spiritual power. Howbeit this kind goeth not out, but by prayer and fasting. You got to pray, and you got to get ready. You got to get prepared. It's like a major championship fight. You need weeks or months to get prepared. And part of that preparation is fasting. This is coming out of the Lord's mouth. He said that you got to fast. In order to rebuke this demon, you have to fast. Pray and fast. Same thing in Mark 9, verse 29. And he said unto them, this kind come forth by nothing but by prayer and fasting. Because that was a powerful demon. Acts 10, verse 30. And Cornelius said, 4 days ago, I was fasting until this hour. And at the 9th hour, I prayed in my house, and behold, a man stood before me in bright clothing, which was an angel, as you read it down. And then, oh, you know what? Let me get some more out of this. And said, Cornelius, thy prayer is heard, and thine alms are had in remembrance in the sight of the Most High. So because of his fasting and prayer, an angel came to him. So fasting is mentioned in the Old Testament and in the New Testament. Acts 14, verse 23. And when they had ordained them elders in every church and had prayed with fasting, they commanded them to the Lord, commended them to the Lord, on whom they believe. See, in order for you to come into this, you got to believe. See, a lot of people want to be in this thing and they're truly not believers in this thing. It's a trend to them until a new trend comes along. Acts 27, verse 33. I'm going to read a couple more, then I'm going to close. And while the day was coming on, Paul besought them all to take meat, saying, this day is the 14th day that ye have tarried and continue fasting, having nothing. Paul spoke about fasting. So Daniel fasted. Our Lord said this, to exercise this particular demon, you need much fasting and prayer and fasting. It says in 1 Corinthians 7, verse 5, defraud ye not. In this case, you got to read from the first verse. Defraud ye not, meaning when you and your woman go away. Matter of fact, let me click on it. I don't want to do this, all this explaining. Now concerning the things whereon ye wrote unto me, it is good for a man not to touch a woman, nevertheless to avoid fornication. The word fornication is porneia. Let's find that out. Let's see if I'm right. Yeah, porneia. It means adultery. Illicit sexual intercourse, adultery. That's what it means, adultery. Nevertheless, to avoid adultery, let every man have his own wife, and let every woman have her own husband. Let the husband render unto the wife due benevolence, and likewise also the wife unto the husband. The wife have not power over her own body, but the husband, and likewise also the husband have no power of his own body, but the wife. Defraud, now that means stop having sex with each other for a while. They said, defraud ye not one the other, except it be with consent. They got to agree to it for a time, for a certain amount of time, that ye may give yourself to fasting and prayer. Because you can't fast and then go ahead and have sex. Why? Because you're defiling yourself. You're trying to make yourself holy through a fast, but then you're having sex. It says, and prayer and come together again, meaning have sex again, that Satan, spiritual demon Satan, tempt you not for your what? Incontinency. Let's see what that means. One of self-control, incontinence, intemperance. So anyway, I'm gonna say shalom. On to the next one.